NABJ, basically, it's a family within the J School. J School is majority, well, it's PWI's, like predominantly white institution. So kind of having that family within that institution to kind of have a place for people to go if they need questions, because it's difficult to navigate journalism school as a person of color as opposed to any other student.
NABJ is the National Association of Black Journalists. It's a national organization, and the Ali chapter is our local chapter space where they can interact with people who are going through the same things as them, whether it be as a person of color or just as a person navigating the journalism world.
I never thought I would become the president of this org. But the first meeting, it was cool just to kind of be on the other side of that, because there's someone in general body now that they probably have no clue that they'll be the president in a couple of years. So I feel like, being able to develop and push myself.
Really did feel like NABJ was a safe space for me as a person of color on this campus. And today being an exec board member of that organization that gave me such a positive place my freshman and sophomore year means the world, because I'm getting to create that same space for the incoming underclassmen.
NABJ is important because having a group of people that you can go back to, the people that you can relate to, ask for help, like personally, if you need help in classes, that's important to have in order for people to get through these classes. I remember my sophomore year, just having someone to talk to, having a mentor. She was amazing, honestly. Having someone that I could look up to, that I can be like, I aspire to be like her one day. I aspire to, have that work ethic. That's important in order to get through the J School, honestly.
It's important just because, we are a minority group on Mizzou's campus. We are just a minority group in general. The microaggressions that we see in our classrooms that, other people of other races may just kind of gloss over because they don't apply to them. We can come to NABJ and voice those concerns about those issues. And a tweet from Angie Thomas, who is the author of The Hate U Give, just kind of showing how this situation, went outside of just Mizzou reactions. It's really.
I definitely agree with there needs to be, a diverse voice in the room. I feel like if there was one person of color in the room, that would not have happened. But then again, there might be, a person of color in the room that hasn't, didn't have anything like NABJ to kind of, be like, oh, we need to have this, this isn't okay.
All I kept thinking was during the campaign is that girl said, I am an African-American female. All I could think of was what if someone was I am a Caucasian female as their statement. And that was just so comical to me. So it's if that is comical, how does that equate to I am an African-American woman?
Because, you see yourself in that black athlete. If you're a black person, you're like, okay, she's portraying, my people type of thing. Just for the fact that everyone else was identified by what they want to do with their future, and then it was kind of like Mizzou said, you're black, and that's it.
Dr. Kelly, our advisor for NABJ, said there is nobody of color on the strategic communications team for Mizzou Athletics. And that was probably one of the reasons why this campaign was such a fail, because they didn't have people who looked like me and looked like other people in that room to say, this is an issue. Saying I value equality is not all that this person stands for. They also probably said other things, but what you heard was, I'm black. It's tough just because, when you look at journalists in general, it's hard to find journalists of color, any color, just because, white males have become the norm in society, in media. So when, growing up as a young black girl, I didn't have a lot of people who I could look up to as a black journalist. So the main reason that I kind of wanted to get into journalism was because I wanted to be that person for a young black girl watching the news in 2019, 2020, 2025, that they could look up to and see, oh, Janelle Finch, I want to be like her.
BJ has kind of really put an emphasis on professionalism for me. And that kind of, I was able to apply that this summer when I took Broadcast 3. And it's a clip of it. I was doing a live shot. I was sent to Breaking News, my first time being sent to Breaking News ever. I was kind of nervous. They said, get some gear, you're going to Breaking News. So I picked because I'm like, you know what? I always struggle with live shots. I'm going to kill this one. So had everything kind of memorized. So I'm going. I'm starting my lines for the show. And before I know it, I feel like this gust of wind just like brushed past me, behind me. And they're like, after the shot, they're like, somebody ran behind you in your live shot. And I looked back like during my shot as well, and I saw someone running. And I saw the police running as well. And I was like, you know what, let's just finish this up so I can get off the camera. So I was like, anyway, so back to I finished it. Because I was like, there's no point in me freaking out. What is that going to do? It's going to freak the viewers out. So, just me finishing and then showing everyone later on that I was okay. That was important to me. And that was the right thing to do, I feel like. And NABJ taught me that, honestly.
I think that NABJ is beneficial in the sense where you get so many connections to this organization. Like, Media Tour is something that we go on every year where we go to different major cities. Last year we went to New York for a week where we got to tour CNN, BuzzFeed, NBC, like just a ton of newsrooms, and I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I wasn't in NABJ.
So basically, members benefit from NABJ by being able to, meet people. Because for some people, that's their first org they join when they get to campus. And so that's kind of where they get their friend group from. You get people, you guys go to NABJ meetings together, go to NABJ events together.
It's just something different about like the Black community. Like, you look at somebody Black and you're like, I got you. Like, there's just, I don't know what that is, but there's just like some sort of sense of like, there's that connection. Because like, we really are all we have.